Hey everyone, welcome to the show. I have a bunch of updates to share about the myriad Donald Trump investigations, including his New York tax issues, January 6th, his attempted coup. So first, in regard to the tax evasion and fraud probe involving his overvaluation and then undervaluation of his assets, the New York Attorney General, Letitia James, rejected a settlement offer from Trump. And three sources told the New York Times that the AG is considering charges against Trump and at least one of his adult children. So we'll see what happens with that. In regard to the January 6th issue and the attempted coup investigations, the January 6th Select Committee is trying to obtain another trove of John Eastman's emails. Eastman, as you guys may know, drafted that infamous memo that the judge referred to as a roadmap to a coup. And the Select Committee had already received thousands of his emails, but now they're asking the judge to review and release the remaining batch. This would be 576 documents, equaling a total of over 3,200 pages. They want the judge to determine if Eastman's claims of attorney-client privilege were legitimate. The committee attempted to obtain these documents directly from Eastman and his attorneys, but they seem to be playing games. They seem to be stalling, so they're taking the matter to the judge. It was also reported last week that Colorado FBI agents seized the cell phone of conspiracy theorist Douglas Frank. Frank, if you're not aware, he's an Ohio math and science teacher, and he claims that he discovered a secret algorithm that was used to rig the election for Biden. And he traveled all over the US trying to convince election authorities of these bogus findings. And he associates with people like Mike Lindell, Tina Peters, just to give you an idea about his credibility. So it appears that his device may contain evidence pertaining to Peters' alleged crime. She allowed unauthorized people to access and copy the hard drives of the voting equipment in her county in Colorado. In addition to all of this, it was also revealed last week that attorney Ken Klukowski is cooperating with the Department of Justice in their grand jury investigation into Trump. Klukowski is a name you guys might remember from the January 6th hearings. He was a Justice Department employee. He was in the Trump administration, and he helped Jeffrey Clark to draft that letter that falsely claimed that the Justice Department was investigating election irregularities. So that letter, thankfully, was never sent, but it advised state authorities to remove Biden electors and replace them with Trump electors. So Klukowski and Clark are obviously implicated in the fake elector scheme, as well as many other things. But they also, this includes Rudy Giuliani, John Eastman, Ken the Cheesebro, a bunch of people. And as I mentioned last week, Clark is being investigated for several felony crimes, including conspiracy. So the last thing he wants or needs is another one of his alleged co-conspirators working with the prosecutor and potentially taking the first plea deal. Because remember, whoever gets the first deal gets the best deal. And as former prosecutor Barbara McQuaid laid out to the Guardian news outlet, quote, working up the chain, prosecutors could potentially flip Clark and Perry to get to Meadows and Meadows to get to Trump. Next up is the Georgia grand jury investigation, which may also be a threat to Clark and Klukowski. District Attorney Fani Willis announced that on Thursday, her office had found credible allegations that crimes had been committed. And she said, quote, the allegations are very serious. If indicted and convicted, people are facing prison sentences. And then Willis also said that she's going to be making a decision in the fall about whether or not to call Trump to testify, and that her office will be finished with all witness testimony by the end of this year. So I, would imagine after that, we can expect her to make a decision on whether or not she's going to indict. And Willis recently told reporters, so this is kind of an indication of where she's leaning. She told reporters that she might be expanding the list of potential targets in her investigation. So as you guys probably all know, a target is someone who's likely to be charged with crimes. So if she wasn't seeing evidence of a crime, if she wasn't seeing a mass conspiracy, I don't think she would be expanding this list. And she's already identified 17 targets. So it's Rudy Giuliani and then Trump electors. There's 16 Trump electors that she's looking at potentially charging. Now she's considering adding to that list. So very interesting, kind of tells you where this is headed, kind of tells you that after the midterms, after the first of the year, a lot of people are going to be indicted. So anyway, guys, I'll let you know when I hear more. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Take care, and I'll talk with you soon.